One of the issues with this project is the little 10-tooth sprocket. Okay, there it is right there. That little puppy right there has some interesting challenges. Okay, it's different than all the other sprockets because it has a key built into the hub. What do I mean by that? What's a key? See a little at the top of the material right here by my thumb there? It's got a little piece of material sticking out of the top, right? That's called a key. Alright, and on the jack shaft, see if I can get that is called a keyway. Okay, so that little key fits into the keyway. Okay, now why is that a challenge? Because it's a challenge because the rest of the sprockets, and they're like that one over there and that one in the distance, all of their sprocket holders, they have set screws and they have keyways. They don't have keys built into the hub, they have a keyway. Now I'm just using the set screws to lock my sprockets to the jack shaft. Okay, but on this one, the key is great because it indexes it to the jack shaft, so it won't spin. Right, it locks it on there. Right. Watch. See if I can do this one-handed while I've got a video in my hand. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. Okay, well, there it goes. See? So the key and the keyway are locking together. Nice, right? So that's great because I don't have to worry about it. You know, when the chain goes on there, it's going to rotate the axle of the jack shaft nicely. The problem is, look, it can still float around this way. So that's a real challenge because now I have to figure out a way to keep it from sliding around. Normally in a lot of applications we just stick bushings over here and bushings over here and keep it from moving around, but we can't do that with this one because it's such a low profile sprocket that if I put a bushing up against this, the chain won't sit down. It'll bump into the bushing. So we can't put anything over here up against it because the chain won't sit down into the groove. So we have to figure out a way to get a set screw in here. And you can't just mark the jack shaft with a marker and then drill it and expect it all to line up, because if all you do is just be a hundredth of an inch off, man, and the hole won't line up with the threads. So my solution was to put these collar bearings that I got from Azusa. There they are right there. This one and this one into the V-block with the jack shaft and the sprocket mounted, because the teeth on the little 10-tooth sprocket would bang into the bottom of the V-block, but as you can see my finger fits underneath there. So those little collars helped out. So now I can slide it up in there and get it underneath the chuck. So I started out with this little guy, 7/64 drill bit, and I already drilled a small little hole right there, little dinky hole there, and I got to work up to this big bit here, so I'm going to go ahead and try it now. So what I did now, very important if you're ordering, no knock on Azusa, they've been great. Okay, they're good people and they give us good, they give us decent products at a cheap price, so no complaints, right? But their supplier, which is probably out of the country, unfortunately, their quality control isn't all that great, because this little sprocket, if you match it up to another little sprocket, the same exact sprocket, the set screw holes will be in different places. That means I can't safely predict that this set screw hole is going to be in the same place every time. Pain in the butt. So what I have to do is actually put the sprocket onto the jack shaft, line it up with the, you know, with the chuck, and bring the quill down and match it up perfect. Which, as you can imagine, in the workflow, that's a real cramp in my style, slows me down. But I'll solve that problem later by maybe going to, just whatever, working with Azusa or whatever. We'll find out more creative solution. But for now, this is what I'm doing. I'll probably eventually go, make my own sprockets and stuff once I get a CNC machine and a plasma cutting table and all that good stuff. So for now, we're just doing it this way. So I'm making sure this gets chronicled because this step is for me not your average step, and I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. So I just wanted to clue you guys in who might be also following this project and thinking about duplicating it. You might have better equipment than me, and that's good. Go for it. Do whatever you got to do. But for you guys who are limited to a drill press like myself, this is the way I solve the problem. Okay? All right.